Well, I didn't have the camera rolling because it was raining out, and honestly, I didn't think I'd do anything special. Look at the size of this thing. Shoot, one of my first casts. Look at the belly on that thing. Yeah. Happy New Year. Just shy of 5.5. Yeah, baby. Well, good morning. Happy New Year's. I'm in a good mood because I finally got my boat back. I didn't really do many videos, or very few videos over the winter. Frankly, I haven't had my boat, so couldn't really put together much as far as fishing anyway. But I'm just going to give you the quick rundown before I get into today's video. Not a huge one, but it's a February fish. So, December, I was having fun. Starting to get on these fish, figuring out how to catch them and all that fun stuff. About to jump on the road to go to Lake Stevens, and some a-hole ran into my boat trailer. And when I say a-holes, he's not just an a-hole for running into my boat trailer. He's actually an a-hole. I mean, the fact that I was irritated,
looked to be a little bigger.
Rightfully so, because he was driving crazy, and even before he hit me. The guy had the nerves to want to fight me when he was the one who ran into me. It was crazy. And I was very tempted. I'm glad I didn't, but I was very tempted. Anyhow, I digress. Insurance, repairs, all that fun stuff took another, I want to say 6 weeks, 5 weeks, and finally got my trailer back / boat.
Oh yes.
This week.
Look at the size of this one. I tell you already, that's my biggest February bass. 4.5 pounds. I'll take it.
So of course, the first thing I do is I go out, make sure it's working all right. We had a pretty tough freeze, and come to find out that they did not keep my boat indoors during the repairs. So anyway, everything's good. Boat's great. I happen to be right in a warming trend when I get my boat. So I'm excited to get out and get fishing. So, brings me to today. I'm on the road, heading over to Lake Sammamish. I'm not much of a winter fisherman. In fact, I have next to zero experience. I hang it up oftentimes in early December, and I don't get back to it until late February. It's just what I've always done. And the handful of times I do try, I've just got skunked. So I'm starting at zero here. And I know a lot of y'all can relate, because it's a grind out there in winter. And I mean, you really got to work at these fish. Now some guys can go out and whack them. I want to be that guy.
Fucking giant.
I mean, don't we all? So, this was my year. I was telling myself going into fall, I got the new boat, like, this is the year. I'm going to buckle down, spend some hours out there, trying to get bit in these winter conditions. Now, my boat was in the shop for warranty work for 4 weeks before it got in the car wreck. So, I've literally only had my boat for a couple weeks total in winter. I did not get to get that experience I was looking to get doing this winter fishing business. So didn't pan out. So I'm literally just like most guys out there, don't know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna go figure it out. So that's what this week and this month's all about. Here's the deal. There's a big tournament in 2 weeks on Sammamish. I would love to attend, but I don't want to pay that money and get into a tournament if I don't even know how to catch a fish this time of year. I mean, it's all fun, you know, you get to do the experience and all that, but if I'm entering, I want to win. I'm a competitive person. It's just I just don't want to attend just to attend. So I'm putting in some time this week. I'm going to determine maybe even this weekend. I know that's not showing much patience, but I want to find out if I can actually string together some catches to even participate and compete. So here we are. I don't even think I've caught a fish this time of year. So I got to put together, I want to catch 6 fish per day for me to feel good about entering this tournament. That's a tall order this time of year. I could barely get one to bite.
Not big.
But I'm gonna give it a whirl, and if I get it figured out, you'll find out in this video. So day 1, let's go. Now here's the thing about this tournament. A lot of these guys fish all winter and have been doing it for some time. So this is probably easily the hardest tournament I've ever even considered participating in. It's
for sure bad.
This is a tall challenge, and I like challenges. So this is exciting for me because I want to, more than anything, go from 0 to 100 in this winter fishing business. And all these guys, a lot of them are fishing in the winter, antsy to get to some competitive fishing, going up against the best. And there's not very many winter tournaments, so this is attracting probably the best winter fishermen all over the area. So I should start getting it through my head. I will get my butt kicked. And if I guess it's a win, if I would say top 7 in my first year winter fishing would be a success story in my mind. So again, I gotta string together some catches consistently for me to even be able to compete. So let's just see how it goes. All right, enough rambling. Let's get to it. Big one, bro. That's a fucking big one.
Try not to be too loud. There's guys practicing right next. Bam. Ooh. That's a good one too. Oh baby. Another 4-pounder. Nice. Go. Can you bite for me next week? Thank you. Huh? Fucking large enough. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I'm gonna hide this one too because there's a guy practicing over here, but I'll take that. I'll take that next week. Fuck yeah. Ooh, that's heavy. Heavy. Bro. 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 It's a fucking 6-pounder.
All right, guys. Well, that should wrap up my practice video for Lake Sammamish. Practice is now closed. It does not stop me from getting out a little bit more. See if I can find a few more tricks to get these fish to bite. You know, it's really incredible. to me, that I went from knowing nothing and struggling and watching other people catch fish and I didn't know what the heck to do to get a bite, to feeling pretty confident that I could, catch a bag any given day, if I had a full day. And that's huge. And I'm on Lake Washington. I can't go to Sammamish. Lake's closed, off limits for the tournament. But I'm gonna go see if I can make something happen here. Now, a few of the clips at the very end of practice, some of the big ones, the really big fish, those were actually from Lake Washington. So I've already gone here one day and used the same techniques and tactics that were working for me on Sammamish, but on Lake Washington. Now, obviously I had better results. I have to think that's because these fish aren't as pressured right now, because there's some days there's 30 boats out on Sammamish practicing, and these same areas are getting hit. These fish are seeing baits throughout the day. So I have to think that's part of it. I'm hoping that my first spot or two during the tournament, these fish aren't, they aren't as pressured, and you can pluck one or two off of one of these spots and get a good start to the day. Your other spots during the day might already be hit once or twice, and you still have a chance to make something happen, but you really got to make that first spot work. So anyway, I'm excited to give this tournament a go. This is by far the hardest tournament for two reasons. I mean, frankly, just more and better fishermen, and it's literally the least productive time of the year for myself. I'm never fishing in February. I literally don't fish until March 1st. Then I'm like, okay, it's go time. And that's even difficult. Early March is very difficult as well. And I got good at that. That's a whole different beast. I do largemouth early March, and that's a very tricky time of year as well. Until the water temps start climbing a little bit, then you could, opens up the playbook a little bit. So here I am, Lake Washington. I'm not even in the area I should be practicing, but I had limited time. I just wanted to get out on the water. My boat's going back in the shop tomorrow, so I don't even get to practice much this week. And so I just wanted to get out, and it's a beautiful day. It's a little windy, but I don't mind. And we're gonna see if we can make something happen here. Yeah, side note, I might spill the beans on what I found so far. I mean, the techniques that are working for me are something I'm not used to doing, and I doubt you guys do it either. So I want to share that, but obviously, the competitive nature of a tournament, I don't want to spill the beans. Maybe after the fact. So I do want to help, and that is my favorite thing to do. Before I did tournaments, I didn't care about sharing anything, and now all of a sudden, I got to be careful what I say. Stupid. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'm going to go fishing. So thanks for watching this one.
All right, guys. Instead of making another video about the Sammamish tournament, spoiler alert, I got my ass handed to me, and everything that could go wrong basically went wrong. Wind was whipping on my spots. I was fishing the north end, and that's where my spots were. If anyone was out there on the north end, then that was absolutely nasty. I fought the wind for hours, managed to get a couple decent fish, and then wasn't able to get to my spots. Guys were sitting on my spots literally until 2 p.m. Then one of my lithiums just died on me, so trolling motor was dead in the water and had to get off the lake early. So only caught 2, lost 1. Had a couple solid bites, big fish. I could tell from scoping them, but couldn't connect, couldn't get them in the boat, and that's all it takes. Great practice days turn into a bad tournament day. So in a nutshell, I'm not making another video on that tournament. My next video will be pre-fishing the Lake Washington tournament, and then what footage I did get from that, which is some, but not a lot. Well, I kind of botched that. I didn't have my spare batteries charged up and all that fun stuff, but should be enough for you guys to see how that went down, and it should be a good one, so stay tuned for that one, and thanks for tuning in.